Welcome to CCN TV News, your premier source for local and international news. From the streets of Kingston to the capitals of the world, we are ready to cover you stories that shape our world. Stay tuned for breaking news. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Colaz Smith TV. He did an interview with a radio host in Connecticut and he shared with us, and I just want to highlight some few points. And he was going to share with us how this creative cooking all started. Alright, so stay tuned for the video. Just in case this is the first time you're going to be watching a Colaz Smith in radio interview, just to introduce you to Colaz Smith a little bit. So what Colaz Smith TV does is that he feeds the homeless. He also employs different team. He has different team members, and they have different areas where they serve people in downtown Kingston, and that's basically it. Colaz Smith TV is Jamaica's unsung hero, and this is what he does. He travels the world and so forth. Let's stay tuned.
Space, because to me is a wide spectrum out there. It goes by Colaz Smith TV. And many of you follow him because he goes through a lot of the rural areas of Jamaica and bring you to nature, and him cook up him cook up all type of dishes. But he has a very popular dumpling dish that everybody seems to be talking about. Good morning, sir. You're here on Energy Radio, and Auntie Faye here too, because Auntie Faye is one who introduced us.
Blessings. Pleasant good morning to you. Blessings, Auntie Faye. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Caller. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm great, man. It's a beautiful day today.
I'm so glad to hear your voice. Yes.
Yeah, so and actually, since Auntie Faye is one of the because I come to her house all the time in Connecticut, and what do I see on YouTube that she's playing is Colaz Smith. And so, Auntie Faye,
yes,
give
sir.
a rundown, since you know everything about him. Give me a quick rundown about Colaz.
Oh, Mr. Caller. My people, let me say hi to my people first. Good morning, my people, my loving, kind people. This morning, my cousin and I have a guest, and his name is Color. He go by Color TV or Colaz Smith TV. He is famous in Jamaica for the coconut dumpling and socks fried chicken. Yes, he cook all over in Jamaica, up in the hills, down in the river. He make a fire in the river. Yes, in the seaside, on a plane. The last time I saw he was cooking on a plane, I'm like, what? Yes. But that's not why I'm interested in him, okay? Why I'm interested is him. Because he do something that I don't see anybody else doing. If anybody else is doing it, I don't see it. I don't know. You guys could correct me. He feed the homeless downtown Jamaica, downtown.
Well, there's a lot of downtowns. So which downtown? There's a lot of downtowns.
In Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
Kingston, Jamaica. He go to the store. He and his boys go to the store and they buy up stuff and they cook it just like they give it to normal people, even though the homeless is normal people. And he drive down in a van, he and his boys, and they come around and he feed them. He also feed the unfortunate children.
The Auntie Faye is very excited. So Colaz, with that, Auntie Faye gave you a big introduction. You're doing a lot of community service work. It seems like. So let me just take a step back here. So is Colaz Smith first and foremost your real name, or is that actually your media name?
Yeah, it's a media name, so it's a YouTube name. So my real name is Miguel Smith.
Okay, but the last name is still the same.
Yeah, the last name is the same.
And what I recognize is that you've been doing this for quite a while. I mean, recent years, the whole, streaming and influencing is large, but you've been doing this in the earlier part of the 2000s. If I remember correctly, it's around somewhere between 2008 and 2011.
Well, I've had the channel for a very long time. But at first I used to do music, as I was I used to follow the dancehall music. So I usually make my songs and post on there. But it's really in the COVID period that I, began the whole creative aspect of the channel and start taking it, on a much more serious scale.
So okay. So you started out more so on the dancehall DJs side, and so what made you during COVID now to switch the script, so to speak?
Well, my philosophy is, if you try something and you realize that it's not, working for you, or it's not going as how you want it to go, then you try something
Mm,
else. It makes no sense you sit down, in the same position doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's not
It's
really
not
working out.
right.
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 Yeah.
So you started now doing more. I'm going to say the culture of food and visit to different places in rural areas and waterfront. And but again, what made you take that angle? Because I'm assuming you could do many different things. So what prompted you to kind of make that change, or was that just part of your life in general?
So yeah, well, growing up, it was my life growing up, because we grew up in the countryside, grew up very poor and all of that. Used to see my mom go to the market. That's how she basically raised us and thing. That was our survival. So when I decided that I'm gonna do the creative cooking, I said, you know what? Let me go back to where it all started from. With the wood fire, the outdoor, carrying the stuff on our heads, because that's how, I remembered it. And it just blew up from there.
Yeah. And so for those joining right now, we're talking to Colaz Smith TV, live from Jamaica right now. He's in Jamaica. We're here in Connecticut, and we're just trying to figure out, how he got into, doing what he's doing. And like I said, I got introduced to him through Auntie Faye, and he said that basically that through the COVID time, he decided to flip the script and kind of do more of the culture cooking. And now some of these dishes you have, especially the dumpling dish, was that something you grew up on, or that's just you saying, I want to just take a little, different take on dumplings?
All right. So initially, yeah, I used to see my mother do it all the while, but I
Okay.
kind of just change it up a bit, tweak it a little bit. It's like taking something that was good and making it better, right? So I had my
Mm,
own creativity to it, because my mother used to just cook everything in the coconut milk, you know, and when I started doing it, me say, all right, let me see how we can, better the taste of this thing. It was already good, don't get me wrong. So I
yeah,
started
yeah.
adding different things, started seasoning the pot differently and putting my own spin to it. And now it's a global thing, Everybody love the coconut dumpling now.
So my cause, excuse me, Mr. Collins, so is your mother teach you to cook, or you just
Well,
invent cooking? Hmm?
well, like I said, country, living in the countryside, everybody cooks. So it's not like some places in the the Kingston areas or other upscale areas where people hardly even cook at them house and thing, or they go out for dinner. We always cook 7 days a week. So I just grew up and just watch my mother doing her thing. And me always like cooking, but where it different came in a different way for me was, me did kind of get tired of the same old thing, because it's like dumpling to the rice tomorrow, dumpling to the rice tomorrow. So it was like just a repetitive thing. So me now decided, you know what, me I go change the type of menu that I'm gonna cook. So it's still cooking,
Yes,
but I change the menu, make it more
yes,
creative.
because excuse me, yes, because I see you cook rice and peas with pumpkin, right? Red peas, rice and peas with pumpkin and green bean and okra inside of it, and everybody eating it like, oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, yeah. So is that your own inventor? I used to see your mother doing it.
Well, that those are my inventions. So all the creative aspect of it, those are my inventions. So of course everybody in Jamaica cook rice and peas, regular rice and peas, rice and
Yeah.
peas and chicken. So me now, I'm saying that how I can change this rice and peas thing and add my own little flavor to it. So I started putting, you do like a vegetable rice and peas, a pumpkin rice and peas, or a callaloo rice and peas. So I'm just adding, simple ingredients to change the taste
Right.
and the flavor and the look of it.
Right. And that can't work for me though, because right now I'm trying to cut out meat. So some of those dishes that you're talking about sound very attractive to go and try. You understand?
Yeah, man, definitely.
So unlike most I'm gonna media influencers, they tend to sometimes, stay away from I'm going to say family focused, but to some degree, I think that's what make you a little bit different, right? Because while you're doing your creativity, you're also including to some degree your family. And so, I find that to be interesting because again, a lot of time in our culture, you know how it go, man have enough woman and all these type of things, but
No, you
you
don't. He's
keeping
married like
you're
you.
keeping the family angle. And I wonder too, is the cooking what make you catch your wife?
Actually, I met my wife in church way before I started doing the cooking. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, even that again.
My
So
cousin there was from teenager. From shy little boys and girls from teenager.